Claude Opus 4.7 is out. It's better at coding, better at vision, deliberately worse at cybersecurity, and we tested whether it actually argues back when you're wrong. Let's get into what Anthropic actually shipped and what they quietly removed. It keeps the same price as 4.6 at $5 per million input tokens, with a 90% savings on prompt caching. But the biggest leap is in coding. On SWE-bench Pro, it jumped 11 points, from 53.4 to 64.3%. That's the largest single version jump in the Opus line. For vision, previous models downscaled every image you uploaded to about 1.15 megapixels. 4.7 triples that limit to 25.6 pixels on the long edge and now maps pixel coordinates 1-to-1. So when it says click here, it means exactly that pixel on your actual screen. No more scale factor math. For developers building agentic workflows, there are 4 new controls. A new X-high effort level that sits between high and max. Task budgets, currently in beta, that let you set a token allowance for an entire agentic loop. A /ultra review command in Claude code that runs a dedicated review session. And auto mode is now available on the max plan. Boris Cherny, the head of Claude Code, shared an important tip for 4.7. Because it uses more thinking tokens, they raised rate limits across the board. But more importantly, his number one tip was to give Claude a way to verify its own work. With 4.7's new adaptive thinking, that serves as a 2 to 3x multiplier on code quality. But there's an angle most are missing. Look closely at the benchmark chart. Anthropic deliberately reduced offensive cyber capabilities during training. Its CyberGym score actually dropped from 73.8 to 73.1%. Meanwhile, their internal model, Mythos Preview, sits at 83.1, but it's restricted to Glasswing partners only. A frontier model company shipped a model that is slightly worse at something on purpose and published the number. That's a huge shift in safety strategy. Here's the context. Anthropic's unreleased model, Mythos Preview, has already found thousands of high-severity vulnerabilities in every major operating system and browser. So they launched Project Glasswing, a coalition of 12 partners, including Apple, Google, Microsoft, and NVIDIA, backed by $100 million in usage credits. The goal: put these capabilities to work for defense, not offense. That's why Opus 4.7's offensive cyber was deliberately dialed back. Watch out for the breaking changes. The tokenizer changed, meaning the same text produces up to 35% more tokens. So while your per token price is the same, your effective cost just went up. It also follows instructions more literally now, so your 4.6 prompts may need adjustment. I've been using 4.7 for a few hours now, and 2 things stand out. First, it's more thoughtful. It actually pushes back when it disagrees, instead of just going along with you. Compare that to Gemini 3.1 Pro, which will say yes to almost anything, then quietly pivot when you start listing negatives. Second, 4.7 asks sharper, clarifying questions. It feels like it's actually trying to understand your intent rather than just pattern matching to your words. This is only day 1. I'll share more after a full week of use. So should you upgrade? Yes, if you're doing agentic coding, long horizon workflows, or computer use with screenshots. Wait if you're heavy on terminal-based DevOps, where GPT 5.4 still leads. High-volume agentic search, where BrowseComp actually regressed, or high-volume API workloads, where that tokenizer change quietly bumps your cost.